Hey guys, it's Brendan here, aka Brenbo, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to do a modless video, or like a walk around of the car, since it is kind of modded now. Obviously I'll do more when the car gets more modded and gets more progress, but I think it has a decent amount of mods right now for me to showcase and show you guys. So I'm going to start off with the engine modifications because it has a lot of them, and I'm trying to do more exterior now because basically when I bought the car it was all engine modification. So to start out, the engine looks pretty stock when you just take a quick glance at it, but you'll quickly notice that the blow-off valves are different. So these are Go Fast Bit hybrid blow-off valves. So basically these are hybrids, so they do vent out into the atmosphere, but they also recirculate like a diverter valve. So it does both, and that's why I went with these. I do have a separate video of me installing these, but in my opinion these are amazing because you can hear the sound and it also diverts the air like the stock or OEM ones. Next would be the HKS cold air intakes. As you guys can see, it comes up from the turbo and then comes about right here, and that's where the cone is. It just sucks up the air from the grill into the cold air intake. So you have two of those, one on each side, and those are powder coated black, so they look kind of stockish and you wouldn't really be able to tell at a first glance. Next is the viscosity, I think that's how you say it, flex fuel sensor. So this basically makes it where I can mix E85 and regular gas together without making measurements. I can just put whatever I want in and it'll automatically compensate for that fuel. What that sensor will do is it'll tell me how much ethanol is in the car by pressing the cancel button on the steering wheel, which is really cool, so I know how to adjust the boost according to the E85 in the car. Another modification you cannot see is DBA turbo inlet. The DBA cars, which is 2012 and above, had bigger turbo inlets, and I basically swapped those onto this car because it's a CBA, and those inlets will give it about 50 wheel horsepower, so that makes a ginormous difference. It is a lot of labor to do, so not a lot of CBA owners, I would say, have this modification done, but it definitely helps. And if you guys didn't know, if you fully upgrade a CBA car, it'll make the same power as a DBA car, but it'll just take more modifications. So the other two modifications engine wise are also modifications you cannot see, sadly, but that is the fuel injectors and fuel pumps. It has injector dynamics 1300 injectors, which are kind of an overkill, I would say. Not much people run that big of an injector, but it's nice to have, I guess, for future modifications. Also, the fuel pumps are kind of an overkill. They're dual Walbro 450s, which are pretty big. A lot of people have 350s. So basically the fuel system in this car is kind of an overkill, but I'm not complaining. You can see those airlift struts just peeking out of the engine bay. So now exterior wise, because as you guys can tell, this car is not very stock anymore. So to start out, we have an Amuse front splitter. You don't see this on much cars either. I try to go what most people don't go with. So this is a very aggressive splitter, and aired out, it actually touches the ground. So my side skirts and my diffuser have to get to that level eventually, but as of right now, the front splitter is the only part that really touches the ground. And as you can see, obviously too, we have red vinyl trim all the way around the car just to give it a more racier look. Some people say I'm copying the Nismo, but I just think it looks really good with the car. And then we have Rohana RFX 11 wheels. These are in bronze. They came in black and silver, but I just wanted bronze to really make it pop. It also goes with the caliber and clashes in certain ways, so I might change up the caliber color in the future. And also when we're here, I have clear side markers. Usually these would be orange. The fronts are 10.5 by 20s, which is the stock OEM rear size, and then the rears are 12 by 20s, which obviously is a lot bigger. You can fit a fatter tire on there to actually hook up from a dig. And then to cover these wheels, we have Toyo R888Rs, which in my opinion are an amazing tire for the street. These are 325 30/20s. And then in the front, we have 285 35/20s. So basically, the front tire is as wide as the OEM rear tire also. So it's a pretty significant difference from OEM. And the biggest modification done to the car so far is the Airlift 3P. I just got this done. I have a video I just released talking about the whole system. This drops the car a ton to make it look amazing at shows or just when you park, and then it can raise automatically to clear speed bumps, get into driveways, which the car really can't do with stock suspension. It drives and handles just like stock, so you can't really complain. Next, I have 15% tint on the windows and back window, and then I have 50% on the windshield, so just enough to not give it the fishbowl look and make it look really clean. For the exhaust, this is a Linny Titan turbo back. So basically the whole exhaust is titanium. It has downpipes, mid pipe, and cat back. Titanium makes the GTR sound a little bit different than a stainless steel system. I prefer the titanium. This is an amazing looking exhaust from underneath if you have it on a lift, but you can tell by the tips even how good that titanium looks. This exhaust also makes the car shoot fire, which is just like breathtaking to watch. I'll put a clip up. I've only done it once just because it's not the best for your turbos, but I just really wanted to see what it looks like. And to do that, it's tuned by Accutech, and it has a Godzilla mode map, which will make it shoot fire. And you can't really drive on it, but it's good just for revving it. But the Accutech tune just kind of ties everything together to give it the most power with all the bolt-ons. So the interior of the car has a couple of mods. Right when you get inside, you can see a flat top and bottom carbon fiber steering wheel, along with shift concept paddles that are carbon fiber, and the outline of the paddles just kind of go with the steering wheel. I want to continue that theme throughout the interior of the car, along with random carbon fiber bits in the future, with an upgraded shift knob that's carbon to match the steering wheel. So far the interior is pretty basic, but it has a little bit of touch to it. As you can see, also the Airlift 3P controller right there just poking out. So it's a pretty clean looking interior. A lot of the trim is actually wrapped black instead of chrome, like the center pieces and the air vents. So that will really wrap it up for all the modifications done to the car. With full bolt-ons and the Accutech tune, it makes somewhere between 680 horsepower and like 620 torque. The car is maxed out, turbo wise at least, and transmission wise in terms of torque. So I'll have to upgrade the transmission and then do some new turbos, maybe some engine work in the future to really push more power. But as it sits now, it's stupid fast. I do want to put some lower side skirts on the car just so they touch the ground like the front splitter, maybe in carbon, and then start a carbon theme on the car. It would look really nice, along with a new spoiler and some diffuser parts here and there, and then obviously some interior parts. So there's quite a bit to do. I actually made a list and it came out to $7,050 to get the car kind of where I want it before the wide body, which is crazy. The wide body obviously will be like another 30 or 40K, which is way down the road, but to get it how I want to sit without a wide body, it'll cost about $7,000. So owning a GTR is pretty expensive, you could say. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a walk around / modification list of the GTR. Like I said, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button below, because I'm trying to make new videos, and with spring coming up, I can definitely do that. Modifications are on the way like always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace